students. In one of the previous sessions we have seen how to prepare for the board exam. Now preparation for physics for the board exam will not be completed till you know the question paper pattern, because question paper pattern is most important. You will get idea that which kind of questions for how many marks are asked, and accordingly you can prepare. So the board question paper will be of 70 marks and duration will be of 3 hours. There will be 2 sections, paper 1 and paper 2. So you will be given 2 answer sheets and you are supposed to solve those questions on 2 separate answer sheets. First answer sheet will be for section 1, the second answer sheet will be for section 2. Section 1 will have questions on paper 1. There are 9 topics in paper 1, and section 2 will be on paper 2, in which there are 11 topics, and you are supposed to solve those sections on separate answer books. Question number 1, it is MCQ question. 7 MCQs will be there. Each MCQ will carry 1 mark. Out of those 7 MCQs, 5 MCQs will be theoretical and 2 MCQs will be numerical. Now on which topic numerical MCQ will be asked and on which topic theoretical MCQ will be asked, it is not decided. It is on the discretion of the paper setter. Where they will be placed, we don't know. In some question papers, first 2 MCQs are numericals and the remaining are theory questions. In some question papers, first 5 are theoretical, remaining 2 are numerical. But you have to prepare for the MCQs for board exam. That is true. 7 marks MCQs in paper 1 or section 1, 7 marks MCQs in section 2. Then if you write the correct answer, you will get 1 mark. If you write wrong answer, you will not lose any mark. Or if you don't attempt the MCQ, in that case also you are not going to lose any mark. So this is question number 1. Question number 2, this is a key question. Attempt only 8 questions will be there of 2 marks, and you will be asked to solve 6 out of them. And now these 2 marks questions are very tricky, because mostly they give full 2 marks, or if you are unable to solve them, you will lose 2 marks. Out of 8 questions, 2 will be numericals and 6 will be on the theory. And these 2 marks questions are typical. Consider a numerical for 2 marks. What will be the marking scheme? If you write the correct formula, you will get half mark. If you substitute the values correctly, you will get half mark. If you do the calculations properly and get the answer, you will get half mark. And if you write the correct unit of the answer, you will get half mark. So sarcastically, I always say that never leave such kind of numericals. Attempt them. Write down the formula, substitute, then write any answer and write the proper unit. You are going to lose only half mark, because you have written the correct formula, you are going to get half mark. You have substituted the values correctly, so you are going to get half mark. Okay, answer is wrong, so you are going to lose only half mark, and again the unit of the answer is correct, so you are going to get half mark there on also. So don't say that it is a numerical, I am not going to solve it. Try to solve it. So such kind of 2 marks questions are very important. Sometimes figures are also asked in 2 marks question. I always insist that always attempt such kind of questions also, because even though you draw the figure with pen, in worst case if you are running out of time, if you draw the figure with pen and label it properly, you are going to get 1.5 mark out of 2, because the marking scheme is like this: correct figure 1 mark, correct labeling 1 mark. You are doing labeling correct, so examiner or the paper checker has to give you 1 mark. And you have drawn the figure, okay, you haven't drawn it with pencil or scale, you have drawn it as a freehand drawing, but still figure is there, so he has to give you half mark over there, and labeling is correct, so 1 mark. So out of 2 marks you are going to get 1.5 mark. So these 2 marks questions are very important. So out of 8 you are supposed to solve 6, and you are going to get 12 marks for that question. Then question number 3, attempt any 3. 9 marks question is there, 3 marks for each question. There will be 4 questions and you are asked to solve only 3 out of that. So an option of 1 question is there. For 3 marks question, usually I always suggest that select a question in which you can draw a figure. For example, explain surface tension, then you can draw a figure over there. So that figure always carry 1 mark and explanation carry 1 mark. So in this particular question, select the question in which you can draw figure, draw proper figure and write down the explanation. Definitely you will be getting good marks. Then question number 4, 2 questions will be there, and there will be option, either you are supposed to solve question number or part 1 or part 2, and in each part there can be sub questions that derive so and so formula. It may be for 5 marks, and 1 numerical will be there on that derived formula, which will be for 2 marks. But remember, you cannot do like this, that you are solving theory part from first question and numerical from second question. No, that is not allowed. Either you are supposed to solve the first question entirely or second question entirely. Now this 7 marks question, now if you go through the weightage of the marks chapter wise, you will find that in paper 1 only oscillation and stationary waves, these 2 chapters have weightage of 7 marks. So it is clear that this 7 marks question will be mostly on either oscillation or stationary waves. This 7 marks question cannot be asked on surface tension, because surface tension chapter carries only 3 marks. 7 marks question cannot be asked on that. So preparation for this question number 4 or 7 marks question is very easy. I am telling you the chapters even, that 7 marks question will be mostly on chapter oscillation and stationary waves in paper 1, and in paper 2 the diffraction and the means chapter number 11, the interference and diffraction and electromagnetic induction. So on these 4 chapters mostly these 7 marks question will be there. But for that you have to do preparation separately. Go through the textbook and find out on which topic such kind of 7 marks question could be asked. For example, the question can be like this, that show that the open pipe or vibrations in air column in open pipe contains all the harmonics, and there will be a numerical on open pipe or closed pipe. So you are supposed to write the boundary conditions, it will carry 1 mark. Then you are supposed to draw those figures will carry 2 marks, and you are supposed to show that all harmonics are present, that may carry 3 marks. So 5 to 6 marks will be there on this theory part, and 2 marks or 1 mark will be there for the numerical. So you have to take on your own some efforts to find out such 7 marks questions. Then in section 2 the same pattern will be repeated, but section 2 will be on paper 2. Now 70 marks question paper is there. You are supposed to solve that 70 marks question paper in 3 hours. So my suggestion will be, try to balance both the sections, because these 2 sections are given to 2 separate examiners for checking. So usually what the students strategy is, write down section 1 thoroughly with very good handwriting, with very good figures, that may take 2 hours, and then for section 2 only 1 hour will be remaining, and then you write section 2 with very bad handwriting, and you may draw figures with pencil instead of pencil with pen, etc. I would suggest that solve question number 1 from section 1, keep it aside. Solve question number 1 from section 2, keep it aside. Solve question number 2 from section 1. So alternately solve the questions so that your both the sections will be balanced, and both the sections will be in same quality of handwriting, with same quality of figure, and almost of same length. Otherwise many times it is seen that section 1 is very good, it is completely solved, and as there is no time left for solving entire section 2, section 2 is partly solved. Now whenever any examiner gets an answer paper which is not completely solved, the first impression becomes bad, and obviously he gives less marks even for the correct answers. So try to have a balance between the answer papers. So solve the questions alternately. Decide how much time you are going to give for each question. See, in all you are supposed to solve 8 questions, 4 questions from section 1, 4 questions from section 2. Out of that 7 MCQs are there. So if you decide that I am going to give 7 minutes for 7 MCQs, okay, 7 minutes for section 1 question 1, section 2 question 2. Then question 2 is 2 marks question. So I am going to give say 4 minutes for each question. So 6 you are supposed to solve. So 24 minutes in each section for question number 2. Likewise, decide your own timetable, that how much maximum time you are going to spend for every question. Likewise, try to solve the question papers in time. That's why in one of the previous sessions I suggested that solve first question paper without timing but with option, and then remaining question papers with timing and without option. So likewise, solve the question papers and get it checked by your teachers. Okay, thank you very much.